Hello, happy Monday. My name is Natasha Roberson. I am the COO here at selfmade.biz, and I am so excited to come to you with another weekly live training here. And today I want to talk about automating your follow-ups without losing the authenticity. I talked about this a couple times. This was one of my biggest fears of stepping into the AI, stepping into the automation, like turn everything on autopilot until I really learned and understood that you are not losing your authenticity. Actually, you're gaining more authenticity. And here is why. I'm going to go deep into this training, but I'm going to give you just a glimpse here. But here is why. When you are having to manually follow up with everybody all the time, you're probably going to shortcut it. Who wouldn't, right? You're going to shortcut it, meaning you're probably going to do a copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, and you're not really thinking about that message. You're not really thinking about the point of where they are in your follow-up journey. You're just sending a message because, oh, I got 10 minutes. Let me send out some messages. When if you actually had it on autopilot, you had automation set up, you could really think through the journey you want to take them on, and it becomes more authentic to the individual and to the value that you want to deliver. We all want, I have like, have you, do you guys ever have like a hair that just bothers you and you have to get rid of it? I just had that. Sorry. Anywho. All right. But have you ever like been just, man, I wish I could take more time and plan out the journey. Like if this person was, they reached out to me on Monday and by Friday I want to talk to them 2 to 3 times, but the week just gets away from you. That's what I'm talking about. That pulls the authenticity away. That's more of a forced reach out versus turning it on automation, turning autopilot on with your customer journey in the follow-up is, they talk to you on Monday, by Friday, you want to touch them 2 to 3 times. You can authentically plan out that journey of how you're going to reach out to them. What's that initiator of that first message on day 2, on day 4, on day 7? Where if it's Monday and then I'm like, okay, I'll reach back out to them on Wednesday. Wednesday comes and goes. Oh, Friday, did I even talk to that person? Chances are no. I know because I was you. I was in that position until I realized like I am more authentic and more value driven when I have a automation set up that drives value from me, right? Like from you, you're gonna drive that communication and it's so much better because it's planned out. So let's dive in. Anywho, so I really want to, talk to you guys a little bit about like one thing I ask is how often do you feel overwhelmed by the follow-up tasks? You're worried that automating it might make you sound like a robot. That was me, right? But let me just tell you, the right automation does not remove the personal touch. It actually enhances it by making sure you are always engaging with your audience authentically. I mean, right? That's what we want. So how many of you guys right now watching this before I even get into the training are like, yes, I am in. I am bought in. Drop in the comments automation because automation leads to more authenticity, right? Guess what? Automation allows you to build trust. It reinforces your relationships and it keeps you top of mind because you have them on a journey. It's not relied on you to remember, it's Thursday. I need to reach out to these 20 people. No, it's just going to happen. It's just going to happen, right? And here's the thing, when you're worried about the automation stripping away your personality, it's because you haven't taken time to create the journey you want to take them on. That's one thing that was never taught until I was sat down and I was sitting there and I'm like, I'm between I want to automate because I need to automate and I don't want to automate because I don't want to lose my authenticity and my personality. And I realized nobody taught me that when you sit down and you think about the end in mind and work backwards from point one of that contact to point 30, what do you want to drive value to them? What is it? What is that value you want to drive to them? When do you want to offer them something? When do you want to share just a little thing about you? When do you want to send a testimonial? When does it make sense to offer them a discount? When does it make sense to send them another testimonial? Think through what makes most sense for you and the journey you want to take somebody down, right? So I always think about this. People are like, well, how would you know? How do you know? How do you know what the journey is? How would you want to be followed up with by? I don't know if that's right. How would you like somebody else to follow up with you? It's a personal journey. My journey I take people on, there are statistics, there's facts that tell me that yes, at this point in that conversation on day 6, you want to sell them because they've got enough value. They're probably ready to buy. You just haven't asked them yet. So there's some factual journey notes, right? But there's also how do you like to be sold to, right? Not sold to, but every day we're selling something, right? So don't take that the wrong way. But what is the journey you would like to be put on? That's the journey you create and you turn it on autopilot, right? So automation is amazing when it's done right. It allows for consistent and personalized interactions. Manually just doesn't anymore. We're too busy. We're too busy. So I want to break down what automation look like with authenticity in there, right? First and foremost is your tone and your language. Do not lose you, right? Your friendly tone, your conversational tone that truly reflects your personality. Don't lose that. Avoid like that formal language, right? That that impersonal language like, hey, Susie Joe sounds more natural than dear customer, right? So I'm a big, hey, because that's how I talk. I'm like, hey, how you doing? Like, I think about how do I talk to a friend I see when I walk into a basketball gym? How do I talk to somebody that we walk into a restaurant and I see him sitting over there, right? How am I gonna start the conversation? I'm always like, hey, Joe, hey, Julie, versus dear customer, right? Get rid of the formal language. You want to have some personalization in the tags, meaning incorporate their name, their specific interests, any actions they may have taken, and all of that can be done in automation. You're like, how would it know that? It's all through like custom values. But anywho, I'm not going to get into that part, but just know you can like, depending on how you grab their data, meaning how they are introduced to you through, maybe they download a freebie, maybe they ask for to get on your VIP list, maybe they jump in your giveaway group and you're asking them a few questions, right? Their name, their email, their phone number, but then maybe you ask them, what's their number one goal? You can take that custom value from a form and put it into your conversations. Then every single person, depending on how they responded to that question on the form, will get that in their follow-up. That is personalization. That is more authentic than most anyone I've ever coached because they don't have time to go back and look at their notes. They don't have time to ask the right questions. When you automate, you can. You have that time, right? All right. So next, I just want to talk to you a little bit about, offering very specific, actionable automation types, right? So, what do I mean by that? Like, there's different automation series, customer journeys that you're going to take somebody on, like a welcome series. Somebody becomes your brand new customer, or they just joined you in the business, or they bought their first piece of whatever from you, right? They're brand new. You can do a welcome series by greeting the new customer, the new subscriber warmly, explaining what they can expect with that X product, right? And something like this, right? Like something like, thanks for joining us. You're going to love the resources we have for you. Hey, right? We have a workshop coming up, which you guys are going to have. If you haven't yet, check your inbox because we have a Black Friday workshop that man, what we're putting into this workshop is worth like a 497 course. Not even joking. And we're going to do it for free because we want you guys to win. We want you guys to win, right? So the next example I have is like an event-based follow-up. So if you register for our Black Friday workshop, guess what? You're going to go into an events-based follow-up, meaning I'm going to connect with you after you've registered. I'm going to connect with you up into the workshop, and then I'm going to connect with you after the workshop with follow-up from that. That's an event-based follow-up. I already know on November 7th is when we're having the workshop. So I can work backwards and go from this day, that the day you sign up, I want to touch you a few times, depending on when you get into the flow. But I want to try to touch you a few times to give you value, drive that why you want to be there. Don't miss it. Mark your calendars, block it out. And here's why, right? It's value, but it's true. And it's my tone and it's my excitement. And then after the event, it's going to be a follow up with maybe the replay, all the resources we give, all the things, right? So that's an event-based one. And then maybe just a check-in automation. You already have a customer, it's not their new first purchase, but you want to take them on a journey and touch them 3 or 4 times a month. You can have that all on autopilot. And here's how I do that, just to give you guys some examples, because examples always make me realize how I can use something. So, like for a check-in automation, I have a new customer and we're heading into November. I can already have my content that I'm going to send them planned out, knowing what month it is, no matter what month they're on in the products. This is just the evergreen, what I call evergreen, right? I'm just touching them, staying in contact. So I like to always put in my check-in automations, a little personal thing, like what's going on in my life, not all about me, but just to make that more of a relationable conversation. Right? A lot of people they see on social media, they do all these things, but when they get it in their inbox or they get it in a quick text message, like, like whatever it is, they feel more connected to you. So an example is like something simple like, hey, it's been a few weeks. Just wanted to check in and see how things are going with your product X. How are the goals? What are you loving? What are you not loving? What do you wish you had more of? So we can have a discussion that I can maybe help make sure those results happen for you. Guys, it's the same thing you would send somebody, but you would actually send it when they should get it and not 2 months late. And then you're like, how do I bring this up? I was in those situations a lot because I would lose track of who I needed to follow up with. And then I wouldn't follow up with my customers on time. And then I was like, how do I even re-engage? Well, this allows you to not ever be in that situation again, to have to re-engage, right? So I want to give you, as we close this out, I want to give you some tools and some tips for seamless automation, right? So, my goal is to share with you not only what works, what is going to give your business a scalability, yourself time freedom, and not dropping the ball with your customers, your business partners, and the leads that have been reaching out to you, wanting what you have to offer. Right? I want you to win. And to win, to truly win, you're going to need some tools. And all these years, I have found incredible tools, but they were always all over the place, and I had to figure out how to get them all connected. So I'm going to do a selfless plug of the Self-Made Hub. And here's why. We have created the Self-Made Hub because we know how to take what is needed from complex to simple. We're all about simplifying every single person's life, business, and their ability to scale, which then gives them the time freedom they deserve. So the Self-Made Hub is where you're going to find every tool you need to turn this automation on and truly succeed. You're going to be able to jump in there and in the Self-Made Hub, take a look, go to self-made.biz. take a look at the hub, watch our videos. We have a 17-minute full walkthrough of the entire platform, the all-in-one unlimited platform. But you're going to be able to do your email marketing. You're going to be able to do your SMS marketing. You're going to be able to do your personalization through your CRMs. You're going to be able to have all your forms in there so that you can collect the data, ask the right questions. It goes into the CRM. From the CRM, you can create all these email drips and all these SMS drips. You can schedule all of your newsletters. You can schedule your social media to go out so you're staying engaged in the front end, right? The social media side of things. So everything is in there. That doesn't even include all the things, but with this topic in particular, you're going to be able to take those email templates, those pretty emails, or the simple emails, the simple text messages, and you're going to be like, okay, when somebody asks me this, they're going to go in this automation, this workflow, and first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tag them, meaning I'm going to tag them so I know by looking at the CRM what they're most interested in. Okay, so I'm going to tag them. Second, I'm going to send them an email. Third, I'm going to wait 4 days and I'm going to send them a text. Then I'm going to wait 2 days and I'm going to send them an email. And then I'm going to wait 6 days and I'm going to send them an email. Do you see how you can literally plan out the journey you want to take somebody down from when somebody becomes your customer, somebody becomes your business partner, somebody becomes just a lead that you want to nurture, somebody who is a customer, not the first purchase, but they're onto their second month and you want to just stay in contact with them with a nurture sequence. You can set that all up, customized by you, personalized by you, your tone, your personality, and set it and forget it. Obviously, we don't forget things because we always want to make sure, is what I'm saying like relatable? Are people converting? Are they not? What might I do different? Right? There's all those things. So that all can be accomplished and more in the Self-Made Hub. So head over, grab your 14-day free access if you're not already a Hub member. And if you are a Hub member of ours, thank you. And get over there and start doing some automations. Make your life so much more simple and stop losing connection with your leads, with your customers, with your business partners. Think about this. I helped somebody over the weekend create an automation. She had somebody who joins our team. They're going to get 14 days of direct communication from her to get into action and to have wins in their business every day. She knows she wants to deliver that kind of value and that kind of support to her newest team members, but she also knows she's a mom of multiple kids, busy business, that's just not possible manually anymore. So we set it up on automation. She is so stoked. She had some people go through it this weekend and they were like blown away by it. They didn't feel as if it was a robot. They knew it was her. It had her tone, her message, her personality in it. And they were like so grateful that literally Saturday, Sunday, when she wouldn't have reached out to them unless they reached out to her because it's the weekend, that they had some action steps to take to build their business. That's what automation can do for you. So grab your Self-Made membership. Let's get this party started. And I cannot wait for you to create these journeys you're going to take people on. You're going to increase your know, like, and trust with your individuals. You're going to increase that likability, that relatability. You're going to increase your sales. You're going to increase your retention. And what happens when all of that is in line? Your business soars. But because we put automation in place, you get more time freedom. The ultimate goal, right? To impact and to give yourself the life that you dream of, that you deserve. Have an awesome day, and we'll chat with you guys all very, very soon.